In today's video, I'll be telling you how to truly utilize TikTok and make as much money as you can. This is coming from someone who has blown up numerous TikTok accounts and also some insider knowledge from people who are absolutely killing it right now. We're going to be talking about video niches, transformative and monetizable content, length of videos, branding and audience, how to use trending audios as an advantage, and also going live with donations. The first thing that you need to decide is, are you going to show your face or are you not going to show your face? It is extremely important because it will determine your account type and what type of content that you're going to be doing. So if you decided if you're going to show your face or not, you then need to decide what niche you're going to do on TikTok. A niche is essentially what type of content or topic you're going to be covering on your TikTok account. So for example, you could be personality based, you could be drop shipping, you can run your own brand, it doesn't really matter. But you need to make sure that there's a wide audience for that specific niche because you need to make some money. My best piece of advice when it comes to niches in general is try to keep swearing at a minimal, because this is a known fact across all social medias. When you swear so much, it could be bad cussing, even light cussing, your income will go down drastically. However, if you try to keep swearing to a minimal, you'll get paid a lot more, but it just depends what you want to do. If you're comfortable getting paid less, then swear. If you want to get paid more, then keep it zip. Now, one of the most important things inside of your niche is you need to discuss three things. Are you going to make them laugh? Are you going to educate or inform? Or are you going to sell them something? When it comes to creating an account, you need to determine what type of value you're going to be giving to the audience. And you also want to establish this to the audience so they know what they're there for. Bringing value is the #1 way to attract attention and gain followers. Another important factor when it comes to choosing your niche is the pace of your videos. For example, let's say you want to be a comedian and you want to be popping on TikTok. You need to have really fast-paced content so the audience doesn't get bored. However, if you're more of an informative channel, then you need to make longer videos and go in detail when it comes to describing things. It really just depends on the speed of the videos in the niches that you want to do. It all just depends what are the pace of the videos inside of that niche you're doing. Try to copy it and find what works. Lastly, does your videos need captions inside of your niche? Now, some niches do need captions 100%, but not every single niche needs captions. Let's say you're doing gaming content. You're gonna need captions if you have a faceless channel. Otherwise, the video is just gonna lose retention and people are gonna get insanely bored. Where if it's just a 5-second clip of you doing something funny, you don't really need captions. Next, we gotta talk about transformative and monetizable content. Now, if you wanna make money off TikTok, you gotta make sure that you're ticking all of these boxes. People lie and they say that they make all of this money from clipping on TikTok when realistically they don't, because they miss out a few facts that they don't tell you. #1 is because it's very hard to get a clipping account monetized on TikTok. It's mainly because TikTok are trying to get rid of all of these clippers. I don't know why they don't like them, but they're just trying to make the platform more personality based. Even if your clipping page does blow up, there is still a really low chance of you going to the TikTok partner program. That's because when they go to verify you and get you into the partner program, they need to go through a verification process and they're gonna see that it's not original content. It has to be content that you've made and not what someone else has. When it comes to making your videos, make sure that they're in 1080 by 1920, not 1920 by 1080. Now, if you're looking at it as a video, you won't really get confused, but if you see it by numbers, then you might get confused. 1920 by 1080 is what you're currently viewing it on now. However, on 1080 by 1920, looks a bit like this. It's more or less vertical, just like the shorts that I make. And when you're putting a 1920 by 1080 video like I'm on now onto a 1080 by 1920, it looks all squashed, people can't see the finer details, and it just won't look good as a video. But you won't even be able to upload a video if you don't comply with guidelines. This is why I say keep the swearing to a minimal, because edgy content, TikTok don't like it. They don't want to be pushing out that type of content due to loads of kids using the app. And you gotta remember, this is one of the biggest platforms on the planet. They don't want to put people out there that are going to disrupt that. A lot of people have problems where their TikTok's being taken down. So if you want to make money off TikTok, you need to start treating it as a business. Now, the next thing we're going to be talking about is the length of your TikTok videos. Now, of course, this really depends on the type of content you do and the type of videos that you make. Depending on the length of your videos is also going to determine how your income is. Some people on TikTok make videos around 30 seconds to a minute. And realistically, they probably ain't making that much money. However, when it comes to the people that are making videos that are around 2 to 5 minutes long on TikTok, they're getting paid a lot. But the only thing that comes with that is they put a lot of edit into their videos and they have a very high retention based video. View duration is extremely important on longer videos, as if your view duration is much higher, then a video will get pushed out. And if you are doing the longer videos, then you need to make sure that you're putting a lot more effort into it. This isn't no get rich quick scheme. You actually have to work and edit these videos properly. It's a very competitive market that you'll be playing in. If you don't want to do the long videos, then an option is, if you have capital, simply pay people to edit your TikTok videos for you. The best amount of TikToks to upload per day is probably around 2 to 5. So you gotta have a bit of money if you want to pay someone to do it, which is why I would advise organically grow your TikTok, start making money for yourself, and then pay people with that money that you made off your account. Now let's move on to branding and growing with your audience. You need to give your fans or your consumers a reason to come back to your page. You want them to sit there and think, I actually like this dude, I could watch him often. But there has to be a factor there to give your audience that reason to come back. Whether it's your personality that they come back for, it's an addictive game that they want to play, it doesn't matter. As long as you find a reason for them to keep coming back, that's all that matters. A really good way to also do it is attach them to something that they will recognize. For instance, a really good logo, one that stands out from the rest. When people see that, they're always going to remember it as you. Also make sure that you're posting on your TikTok story as well. The best way to keep an audience to constantly come back is be engaging with your fans. Utilize every part of the platform, whether it's posting on the story, liking people's comments, replying to people's comments, going live and talking to them. You need to make sure that you're sending DMs and you're also replying to them. Let's say you're a business, you want to sell some products on a TikTok store, and you're going to do some outreach to some people on TikTok. You want to make sure to send them one message and don't overload and spam them with loads. People don't like that. People don't like begs. And also don't spam multiple accounts, as your account could get shadow banned. Now for the final thing, it's using trending audios to your advantage. There's 2 different types of accounts that you can make on TikTok. Number 1 is a personal account. That's more for internet personalities. And number 2 is a business account. That's more for selling your stuff. The number 1 thing when it comes to using audios as a business account is it's copyrighted, and business accounts can't use copyrighted music. So what you have to do instead is substitute the music for your content being way more authentic. So it could be voiceovers describing a product. It could be copyright-free music that you can add on editing, or it could simply just be an AI voice that's talking. However, if you're using a personal account, then make sure to use the trending audios in your background. When you're using trending audios, there's way more of a chance that you'll get put in the algorithm where loads of people will see your stuff. If you want to use a custom audio, but you still want to be put in the algorithm, then what you can actually do is add the trending sound to the video, but you can slide the bar down all the way so the music's on like 1%, or you can just mute it. That way you can still take advantage of being put in the algorithm with using your custom sound. And finally, create videos around the sound that's blowing up. If there's a new artist that's trending and they're doing really well, then you can use their sound, or you can just mute it and put it in the background like I said. Now you learned all these tips, I hope you get rich. I'm Ty White, thanks for watching.